Traumatic brain injuries, or as they are often referred to as TBI, are one of the most, if not the most serious types of injuries that one can sustain in an accident. As we all know, the most important part of the human body is the brain. It controls everything. Oftentimes, traumatic brain injuries are categorized into different levels, such as mild, moderate, or severe. But nevertheless, all traumatic brain injuries are very serious, and here at J&Y, we treat them all as such. Common symptoms that are usually associated with a traumatic brain injury include but are not limited to persistent headaches, persistent neck pain, dizziness, nausea, trouble with memory, trouble finding words when speaking. Also, if someone's been diagnosed with a concussion, loss of consciousness, however brief, or what's called an altered level of consciousness, where the person may have not necessarily blacked out and lost consciousness, but is quote-unquote dazed and confused, and or has been diagnosed with convulsions or having seizures. These are all very serious things that are associated with a traumatic brain injury. Traumatic brain injuries can be caused by many different types of accidents. Automobile accidents, motorcycle accidents, slip and fall accidents, as well as trip and fall accidents. At J&Y, we've handled many TBI cases. At times, given the severity of the TBI diagnosis, these can be very difficult claims and lawsuits to bring and injuries to prove. However, we have the expertise, the knowledge, and the resources to fully litigate these cases all the way through verdict at trial, given our experience and knowledge of TBI cases. For example, we've had a case where a young gentleman was stopped in his car and was rear-ended by a commercial vehicle, by someone who was actually driving while on the job, and rear-ended our client so hard that it caused his vehicle to hit the car in the front. As a result of this impact, this double impact, his head hit the interior of the vehicle, and due to the whiplash motion that his body sustained, he actually was knocked out and suffered a loss of consciousness and was diagnosed with a concussion. Unfortunately, due to this accident as a result, he did develop a traumatic brain injury. In another instance, another example, a young lady that we were representing was rear-ended by a cop, and the impact was so hard it caused her vehicle to hit the car in front, caused the airbag to deploy, and unfortunately the airbag fractured her septum of her nose and knocked her out cold, and she unfortunately also developed traumatic brain injuries. There can be a psychological aspect to it as well. And not only is the injured person or the victim affected by the traumatic brain injury, but other people in that person's inner circle in life as well, such as a spouse, a partner, a friend, a family member. And here at J&Y, we understand that. All those relationships become adversely affected. And there are times where the partner or the spouse of someone who's been diagnosed with TBI will be able to bring a claim for the damages that they have suffered, as well as the damages to their relationship. And we are very well prepared to do that as well. If you or someone you know has suffered any type of brain injury at all, or even if you're not sure, this could be a potentially very serious and life-threatening injury. Please pick up the phone, give us a call for a free consultation. We have people on standby, including the attorneys, who can address your concerns, discuss your case, and give you a thorough evaluation and address traumatic brain injuries.